what I would like is a Moog synthesizer. So he said, what's that? I showed them pictures, and they said, are you sure? How much is it? And it was actually an awful lot of money, way beyond the recording budget. So I thought, well, I'll make an attempt. So I wrote to the Moog company, and I wrote a letter to somebody called Walter Sear, which Herb may remember.
I knew Walter, yes, I did know Walter.
Walter Sear, yeah. So I wrote to him, you know, saying, well, you never know. You can get a freebie sometimes. I'll endorse it, you know. I'll endorse it. So I got a very nice letter back, which I've still got, back from Walter Sear, the Moog company, saying, well, first of all, we don't really recommend this to other musicians. It is really designed to be used in the recording studio. You know, it's not designed for touring at all. It's part of studio equipment. Furthermore, seeing as the Rolling Stones and the Beatles have bought theirs, we see no reason why you shouldn't buy yours. That was it. So I thought, well, I have to have one. I want to progress music, and so the money was paid over, and this thing I remember was this huge box arrived in my small apartment, and I set it up, and there's no instruction manual. I had no idea how to switch it on. That was the only thing, but it looked great. It's a bit like, you know, you've always wanted to ride a motorcycle, and there it is sitting there, but you haven't learned how to ride it, but you just look at it, it's just, wow. So anyway, I called Mike Vickers up and handed it over to him for a week, and he came up with a whole lot of different sounds. Bob had actually designed a preset box which had 8 sounds in it. Basically, you know, with the 3 oscillators, you could tune them all kind of differently, you know, octaves together or in unison, put one oscillator slightly out of, you know, so it rings a bit more, put them in fifths or in fourths, and so and there were lots of other small sort of tricks and stuff, and that was the basis of the first sounds that I used with the LP, and so it worked on like that, and well, it caused a lot of attention, basically with the British Musicians Union. I happened to sort of make this comment, and I'm sort of very stupid at doing this, you know. You know, that's the thing you don't think about when you're doing interviews. You know. I said, oh, the Moog synthesizer. They asked me about the Moog synth. What is this? I said, this is great. You can replace any member of the orchestra. And, you know, percussion, flute, trumpet, violins, it does everything. And I was banned from the British Musicians Union for some time, actually. and I think it was also difficult in America as well. Well, I know that a great friend of mine in Japan, you may have heard of him, Tomita, went through the same sort of problem when his arrived, and they weren't quite sure what is this? Is it a musical instrument? Yes, you know, but they weren't convinced, and I think Tomita got out a picture of me, and yeah, that's it is, you know, it's playable on stage, so I got away with that one. But, no, it was quite an occasion. The other thing is, of course, that there were a few problems, and number one was keeping the oscillators in tune, and I had a frequency counter, and yeah, I'd have a sort of audio output switch there, and the frequency counter would be there. So basically what I would do would be to, if I was about to play a solo on this, I'd hold down the A, and obviously switch the output off, hold down the A, look at the frequency counter, and if it was A440, then I knew I was okay to go ahead and play. So all this went on while I was doing all the other stuff. So it was quite demanding. The other thing, of course, that it picked up a lot of radio frequencies from taxi drivers.
CB radio.
Well, picking up Mrs. Brown. So we found a way. I mean, we actually covered the whole thing with aluminium foil, which deflected the signals, and of course it made the whole thing look like a giant Christmas cake, and sort of defeated that. But we slowly got through all that, and you know. But anyway, to continue, I mean, I really had established a wonderful relationship with Bob Moog. We hung out a lot together. He loved a laugh. I remember when I picked him up at London Heathrow Airport for the first time, and took him back into London, and he was laughing, and I said, "What are you laughing about?" I think he had trouble getting his luggage, as is normal at London's Heathrow. And what he found so funny was that the only thing that came round on the conveyor belt, you know, when you pick up your baggage, was that there was just a handle with somebody's name on it. No luggage, but just the handle. You know. I mean, there was little things like that which really amused him. And when he heard the solo to Lucky Man, he just went, "Wow!" You know, and he could see the possibilities. That this was not designed for only a recording studio, but it could be used in concert. And I said, I'll prove that I can do that. And so we worked on the changes, and then one thing led to another, and you know, Bob got into creating all the other sort of production models, and which was great for other bands, because you know not too many people can carry these around. But I think times like that are changing. I think road crews today are pretty good, and they're very adaptable. Particularly, well, this particular model, which I've been very happy that is Gene Stop here? There he is. Well, I have to congratulate this man over here for come on.